Hello everybody, Visual here, and this is something a bit different than what I normally do, just because I normally do VFX and visuals and graphics and stuff like that. And what I'm doing here is that I'm going to show you on some sound design stuff. And since this is a music website that I'm doing this for, which happens to be a question reverb, and I'm going to be posting this on the forums for help in the tutorial section, and I think one thing that a lot of people need help with, or just need a better overall understanding of when it comes to music, is sound design. And more particularly, not wavetable like the VST Massive or other types of VSTs, but more FM synthesis. And I'm talking about creating growls and creating other synths and stuff like that using FM synthesis and FM synthesizers like FM8 or Sytrus or something like that. And as you can tell in this video, I am in FL Studio. And what I'm planning on doing is that I'm going to show you guys on how to make a pretty good growl that I managed to create. This is just something I'm distributing out to you guys for you guys to use, and to be able to learn and build from. So what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to be narrating throughout the entire situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up, go to Channels, go to Add One, I'm going to choose Sytrus. Now Sytrus is an FM synthesizer, and a lot of people use this for creating synths and other electronic sounds in music, and electronic music like dubstep or drum step, or sometimes even in drum and bass. But I'm just going to use this in particularly for a growl that you would use in dubstep. So let's get started. So I'm going to go click at this little arrow on the top, presets. I'm going to choose the default patch. So it's like this, and it sounds like this. Just like that. So I'm going to go to operator 1. You can see how all of them are all sine waves. And they're all the same. All operators are the same. Even the FX and other stuff is all default, as it should be. Anyways, what we're going to do is I'm just going to increase this number here to right about 2.5. Right there is good. We're going to increase this to about there, so it creates this sound. Sounds like a little bit more, I guess, quote-unquote fuller, or has a little bit more noise in it. Anyways, let's continue on. We're going to go to operator 2. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to right-click on the sine wave, change it to triangle. So it looks like this. It says it's a triangle wave. And it sounds no different. That's because this is an FM matrix. And this, since it's an FM synthesizer, it requires a work in the FM matrix. So in order to get this to apply sounds to other stuff, since there's 6 operators in Sytrus, there's 6 going this way and 6 going this way. So what I'm going to do is that if you were to go to 1 here, if I were to move this knob, it would be modulating the first operator to the first operator. So it would be modulating itself, pretty much. But if I were to do this one right here, this knob, it would be having so that the second operator is modulating the first one. And it applies throughout all of the stuff and all the knobs here. So now that I've made this a triangle wave, I'm going to edit this to 2.5. No, sorry, not 2.5, 0.25, sorry. And now, it still sounds no different. But when I move this knob, it makes it entirely more diverse. And it's starting to get there. It's starting to get that more gritty, bassy sound. But we're not quite done yet. So we're going to go to operator 3. We're going to change this to a saw wave. Again, by right-clicking and choosing saw. We're going to change this down to 0.25 again. Oop. Just like that. Just like the other one, except it's a saw wave. But then what we're going to do is we're going to click on this and right click on it and click Convert Shape to Sine Harmonics. We're just going to right click down here, move it up to about there, and move it down to about there, like that. So it creates like this triangle effect. It's not exactly perfect, it doesn't really have to be. And like obviously it's the same as it sounds like after doing that, but like it starts adding more distortion in, and it actually starts to sound much more nice. We're going to increase this a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. To increase the noise. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to operator 2. We're going to click on volume, make sure LFO is selected. We're going to move that down there, delete these two, turn on the LFO, turn on global, increase the speed a little bit, no, decrease, sorry. And you're going to turn that a bit, just like that. Now, when I play it, it seems to have that growling effect, but it's not quite exactly what we need. So what we're going to need to do is that we're going to have to add in more modulation to the FM matrix. So I'm just going to, let me just decrease the volume a little bit. Now we're just going to add a little bit of feedback. We're just going to have operator 2, modulating operator 2 by increasing that. Oops. You don't want to do it too much or it will create a lot of noise and it would not sound good at all. So something like that would be good. So that seems pretty good. So now what we're going to keep doing is that I'm going to do a few other things. We're just going to click on this, click on miscellaneous. I'm going to change it on the polyphony to 1, turn on mono, and turn the slide all the way up. And you're going to see why we did that in just a second, because we're going to go to the piano roll. And we're going to put a note on E5, going all the way to the second measure. We're going to put a note on E4, after about a beat after that, going for 2 beats. And then another one on E4 for 1 beat, just like this. And now, when we play it, now it seems to more have a growling effect. And the reason why it does that is because we have the mono turned on and the slide turned all the way up, so now it acts like that, like that growling over multiple notes. And you can always be able to experiment with the piano roll more, like if I were to do this. Oop. Do that. That. Oop. That. Oop. Just like this. See? Now it affects it like that. Oh, hang on, let me do this. There, perfect. Let's play it one more time. Sounds pretty good. It's not quite done yet though. So we're just going to go back to the plugin, we're going to apply some effects to it. So we're just going to turn the effects knob all the way up. We're going to turn that down to about 3. Now it sounds like it has much more, I guess you could call it dimension to it. So that's that. But it's still not quite as what we want. I mean, that sounds good, obviously, but it's still not quite what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in some post-processing. So just going to go here, click on Assign on Free Mixer Track. And it opens up the mixer. And we're just going to apply some effects on here, like vocodex, that's just vocoder. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to constantly play it and just edit some of these settings in here. You're free to do usually exactly what I did, or you could be able to edit it more from what I did to see what you can be able to get. So let's get on with that. Something that sounds pretty good. And you can always be able to add on more distortion in the mixer and stuff like that. And you just got to keep experimenting until you get something really good. But that's it for now, guys. That's basically FM synthesis in a nutshell. You can always be able to edit the patch more, or you can be able to create something new, or you can keep experimenting with it. Really, FM synthesis in a nutshell is basically just trial and error. You just got to keep trying until you get something good. Really, that's how I did this. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.